You're listening to Portland, Oregon's own Nameless Gamers PDX Podcast.
Headshot.
Where we sit around and talk about games while drinking the finest microbrews in the Pacific Northwest. Search for us on Facebook or reach us on Twitter at @ILaggedOut. Send us an email to namelessgamerspdx@gmail.com or head over to our website, namelessgamerspdx.com. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe.
Welcome to the Nameless Gamers PDX Podcast, everybody. I'm Tony. Today's date is April 20th.
420.
Whoa.
As I said, you're listening to the Nameless Gamers Podcast. Podcast here about video games and tech. Today, we have some topics we want to talk to you about. Some of our news includes some PlayStation 5 rumors, as well as potentially Xbox next gen. We've got some Rockstar-related, GTA specifically related news, and some other topics that we'll be looking to discuss. Today I'm joined with
Randy.
I'm Ben.
Jessica.
And me, Scott.
And if you would like to support us, hit us up on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ilaggedOut. Follow us on Twitter. Get our news updates at ilaggedOut. Same with Facebook, Nameless Gamers PDX Podcast. Nameless Gamers PDX Podcast. Jeez.
Spit it out, Tony.
And then check out our website, www.namelessgamerspdx.com.
Yeah.
It's just been revamped by our good friend Randy here. So,
New and shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
Randy,
you,
how's it
Randy.
going with you today?
Good. I'm good. I want to make an announcement today. I have finally played enough World of Warcraft to not only be classified as a trash, garbage man of a man
Like in real life.
made out of human garbage, but also enough to have received my legendary Terracosa's Rest Staff, which I have been pursuing for a very long time
You got it, though.
in the World of Warcraft.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Nice. How about you, Ben?
That is all.
Things are good.
Good.
They're all right.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you, Jess? How's it been going with you?
It's a pretty good day today.
Yeah.
Very leisurely.
Nice.
Oh,
Scott?
Jesus.
I'm doing all right. My back is killing me, but I'm here.
All right. Good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm doing pretty well myself.
Nobody asked you.
That's good.
How's it going, Tony?
It's good. It's going good. So, been playing some games this week.
What?
We'll talk about some of that
We'll get
later.
to that, eh?
But last episode, Scott left us with a question.
I left you with.
Left us with a
I
question.
left everybody with. What character would you like to add to a fighting game?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Either it be from an actual either an actual video game character or somebody from outside the video game world, like somebody in real life. I mean, I don't know, whoever you want to add to a fighting game.
Sure.
Because it's becoming really popular, and we were looking at this. The Mortal Kombat series is kind of putting the
Right.
market on it.
Right.
There's
And
so
The
many.
Jasons and the Leatherface and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
there were a lot of things
neat
I
idea.
thought I came up with, and then I looked at that game and I was like, well, fuck,
It's
this
all
is
in
a
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Ah.
They are by no means the only people that have a lot of cameos from other people in other video games, but they are definitely the leaders in that board.
Yeah.
I kind of came up with quite a few myself, just because it was kind of hard. You'd go through and you'd find a character, and then you'd have to go find out if he's been in a video game.
Sure.
And then a few times you get pissed off because you're like, damn it, he's already in a video game.
Yeah.
Shit.
Does it matter if he was in a fighting video game or if he's just in a video game?
Well, specifically, he's talking fighting.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we want to put whoever it is into a fighting game. So I guess you could put
I've never seen them in a fighting game, and I think yes.
I mean, you could always
Okay.
try and throw
Cool.
Scorpion over to Soul Calibur or something.
That's
They
not
did
as
it,
exciting as
was it
bringing in a character that's
completely outside.
Yeah, come on with some different characters would be better, I think.
They did it though. What was it? Yoshimitsu. What was he in? He was in Tekken originally,
Yoshimitsu.
Yeah.
and then he was in Soul Calibur, wasn't he? You got the who's
May have made that crossover.
like there was somebody I remember from Tekken that made a crossover early on.
Well,
yeah.
it's Soul Calibur. They've pulled a lot of
Seems
characters from
about-
a lot
They've
of
pulled
different
a few
franchises.
characters, so
So.
they got the Jedi, they got the Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came up with a few. I'm gonna go through them here for you, Tony,
All right.
because you asked so nicely. Some of the older ones I want to see brought up to it.
Sure.
And this is kind of me just going through a little bit of what I have at the house. Pro wrestling, and now obviously he'd probably be in a wrestling game.
Yeah.
But I would love to see an appearance of Starman. Just
Starman.
Starman. You remember pro wrestling? Where there was like
Oh,
the pirate guy, the pink
yeah.
guy. I liked that was my guy. In
He was wearing like a onesie.
I don't know if it was a onesie.
Yeah,
like, I thought it was like his
a
whole
luchador type
Yeah.
stud looking dude.
That
Yeah.
rings a vague bell.
Yeah, I'd like to see him brought to a new. It could be a fighting game like Mortal Kombat, or it could just be a wrestling game.
Okay,
Sure.
It'd
gotcha.
be cool to see him. More specifically, as well for NES, would be Simon Belmont
Oh yes,
from Castlevania.
Yeah, they should
I
get
think
him
would
in
be
like Mortal Kombat. That'd be badass.
yeah.
With a
I
whip
was
and
thinking,
stuff.
like Soul Calibur
Well, I mean, the fact that he
with the
isn't
weapon,
wearing like
with
or
that whip.
Fits right in because they have the weapons in that one.
Yeah,
or
totally.
even Smash Brothers. I mean, it would technically fit.
Yeah.
because a
Yeah.
lot of them have weapons.
Totally.
Yeah,
You know.
Samus. That was another one I thought of, and then it was like,
That's true,
oh,
yeah.
crap, she's in. She's
Link's
in that
got his
one.
sword running around with that. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's very violent for a fighting game with swords. Duke Nukem
Oh yeah.
would be a good one.
Sure.
That could be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Bunch
Like,
of one-liners.
yeah, it would kind of be like what was the guy from Mortal Kombat? Like 3 or 4 that would look like the security guard.
Like Curtis Stryker.
Yes,
Striker, yeah.
Just replace.
He had
him
body
with
armor
Duke
and a
Nukem.
gun
Yeah.
in a hand-to-hand
Yeah. Oh,
fighting
yeah, I
combat
remember
game,
that dude.
and they're
Yeah.
like, you could just if there was just one special move, you could.
I never
Pow!
played with that guy ever.
Yeah,
Nobody
I was
did.
like, what the fuck?
Nobody played him. Spyro.
Okay.
I'm thinking more along the lines of like dropping
dragon?
him in like the Spyro.
Yeah.
Like into Smash Brothers.
Okay,
Yeah.
You know, a little more cartoony, not a serious like blood everywhere
Yeah.
type of situation. Maybe though. Maybe
Okay.
we're open to suggestions. Getting a little more adult though. Sweet Tooth from Killer Instinct, or would go good in Killer Instinct.
Sure.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Kind of that
Sweet
dark,
Tooth,
that
Twisted
darker.
Metal, the
Yeah,
big
Twisted
clown.
Metal.
Metal.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
That
right.
dark. It's that darker kind of
Yeah.
like grimier kind of.
Isn't it?
Fighting
You know,
game.
Killer Instinct.
His name wasn't originally Sweet Tooth, was it?
No, it was something else, but like everybody just
Everybody
everybody
called-
knows him
like,
as Sweet
like
Tooth.
Sweet Tooth caught on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go around the room here because I'm getting up to the more modern ones, and I don't want to take anybody's
Sure.
answers because I didn't ask.
Oh, okay. I doubt anybody has my
Choni,
answer.
So
What
it
did
just
you
kind of
come
popped
up
into
with?
my head. Smash Brothers. This would be a fitting because you were talking cartoon style. Would be Earthworm Jim.
well, he's actually already in one.
Is he?
Yes.
I did not know that.
He is in Clay Fighters like
Oh.
64 or 63 and a
Oh
third.
yeah,
forgot
in
about
the
that.
spacesuit.
Yeah, he's
Right?
got his
Yeah,
suit.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's there.
Yeah.
And then I was also
I only know
thinking-
that because I had to go look for it.
I was thinking the if he's not in one, the Paperboy from Paperboy.
That would be funny.
That would be kind
Julio.
of funny. You know,
Just
you-
chucking Sunday editions at you.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He just really just hucks those things right
That's
at
good.
you.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Randy? Who do you
Uh,
want to see beat the crap out of somebody else?
Princess Zelda.
She's not in a game?
She can't do
I
anything.
think
I
she's in. I think she's in.
Is she in
Go
Smash
ahead.
Brothers?
Probably. I mean, it's all the. I would
mean,
guess she is.
I'm sure Link is, but I don't know about Princess Zelda.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if
Should
she
be
is great,
should be a hard
but
one.
that would be.
Randy, we'll let you work the Google machine. You find out if she's in there.
I'm going to. Gonna
right.
look-
I
look
think
it up.
she's in. What's the her alter ego in
Like
Ocarina
the
of
Sheik
Time?
or something?
Yeah,
Something.
Sheik or whatever.
Oh,
I think that version of her might be in one of them at the very least.
Cool.
Yeah,
maybe.
that sounds right.
So-
I
could
I
be
feel like
right.
she was
I mean,
in
there's
one
like
of the
8 of
Smash
them
Brothers,
now,
yeah.
so who knows?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think there's 4, but
Or,
Yeah.
well,
I mean, I
yeah.
guess Hyrule Warriors is the new one that I saw. That's the closest.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't.
what
see
about
anything
you,
else.
Ben?
I'm thinking now. I'm picturing what's the latest like Soul Calibur or
6, I believe,
Killer
is coming
Instinct.
out
Like,
this year.
I want a fighting, bloody, like nice detail, nicely like top tier graphics. I want to see Popeye.
Really?
I want to see Popeye and Bluto duking it out with blood and like limbs getting broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
I can
know,
see that.
ha, 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 and then you got to get the spinach
Yeah.
and shit. Like,
Oh,
You don't see that anymore. Yes.
get the whole thing
Yes.
started. That's like your,
Uh-huh.
yes,
That's a
your
special move.
brutality. Or
So
your,
Princess Zelda
yeah,
is in
fatality.
a Smash Brothers game already.
Okay.
Is she?
Ah,
Yeah.
So that's that. Anyway.
okay.
Hey,
Andy
yeah.
cheated.
Old rivalry from my
Yeah.
childhood that I like, and you know,
Could
or
see
like
that.
the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Throw them in the ring and see what happens. You know,
Let's just have a
be neat.
Looney Tunes fighting game. You know,
Yeah, there's so
I
many.
would play that.
Or
I
like-
would. I would check it out
here, right
for
now.
$20. Maybe.
Looney Tunes versus Disney.
Oh, okay. That's a licensing nightmare.
Whoa.
Yes, it
whoa,
is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think. Who
Yeah.
Framed Roger Rabbit got away with it for one movie.
Man.
Maybe we get one
A
video game.
long time ago, they got
Well,
away with it.
That would be interesting. That would be cool.
Yeah. What about you, Jessica? What did you think of?
So I had a lot of trouble trying to think of anything because everything I thought of, and it's like, well, fuck, that's already a thing. What about? Nope, still a thing. And I actually did look up the Mortal Kombat 10 or X or whatever the fuck it is, and looked at all the different DLC that they had,
Yeah.
and a lot of those were like, oh my god, that's amazing. Why don't I know about this? But the only thing I could sort of come up with is like maybe some of the characters that I've developed through the years playing like Dragon Ages and Skyrim and Fables, because you know they've got some sort of big ass weapon, some sort of magic. Just
Oh,
fucking throw
import
'em
your
on in
own
there, see how they
RPG
do.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That is a neat
Heck
idea.
yeah.
You know, you can. By now, we've all probably got a catalog to choose from.
Yeah.
Mhm. Got a nice set of battle dwarfs.
Right?
I'm sure I could break out and kick some ass.
That's what I had.
That's pretty good. All right, so on to some honorable mentions here, gentlemen and ladies. We will start with the ladies. All the sexy ladies are already in fighting games, so
Yeah.
it's kind of tricky to
Whatevs.
add some onto. But Lara Croft has never made it into a fighting game.
That's kind of surprising. Although
That's
not
kinda
at the same
weird.
time, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Also in that retrospect or that area, Jill Valentine from Resident Evil.
Ah.
Okay.
I think she could
Okay.
make a. I mean, I think both of those could be
I think
just
she,
as fine and
I think
both
she would
badass.
be good in a game.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of the Resident Evil characters that you can play as would probably make a decent fighting game person though too. Like,
Yeah.
male or female. So
Male or female. Oh, yeah. Be inclusive. Turok,
oh
the dinosaur
yeah.
hunter.
yeah,
I think he would look good in Mortal Kombat.
I think you're right.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Enough said. I think there's what was it, Nightwolf from number 3? Just replace him. Stick in
Nightwolf.
Turok.
But Turok uses
bows
slew
and
of-
stuff. Yeah,
So
bows,
does-
shotguns, sniper rifles, assault rifles, all that kind of stuff. Like you'd have to strip
Yeah.
them down to maybe a knife.
just give him a knife.
Nah.
and
Maybe
break out the
especially
bow
what
or something.
whips
Dude,
out a
with all
bow or
these
something.
fighting games
Maybe a
these
dope
days, like the
bow.
Marvel vs. Capcom and all the DC games, dude,
Yeah.
they have all kinds of fucking powers and weapons
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You can't use them constantly,
True.
but
Yeah.
they're there.
They're part of
Okay.
it,
You'd
yeah.
have to work it in somehow to
Yeah.
some maneuver. He whips out his tech bow and
Yeah,
spears you through the eye or something. I don't know what he'd do.
Just
That's
stab
what I
you
like to
and
do when I was
beat you with it.
creeping around. Yeah, headshots with that. That tech bow was badass. And
Yeah. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow would be a great addition to like
Yes.
Tekken. I see
Yes.
Tekken with them,
Oh.
not Mortal Kombat. I don't know really
That
why,
totally
but I think
would.
Tekken.
Yeah.
Both of them in there.
Yeah.
Would be awesome. As a fan of G.I. Joe, I would totally buy whatever
Yeah.
game that. I would probably buy the game just for that. Samurai Jack was another one that's he's
Ooh.
never been in anything.
if you're gonna have
Okay.
Jack, you got to throw Aku in there too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, I would buy that if it was Jack versus Aku. I would
Just
buy, I would buy it. I would
that's
just
it.
buy
That's
it.
all you
That's
need.
the
Yeah.
whole game.
That's the
Just
whole
that.
game. Yeah, maybe
keep going
5
for
different
it.
maps. That's fine. That's all you get nowadays for $60 anyway. The rest of it's
DLC.
$20 for DLC or whatever. You know.
But my personal, my deepest love for it would be, or not love, but longing for it would be to see He-Man and Skeletor added to
Nice.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And that
Yeah.
could be
They
done
both
so
have
easily.
one weapon.
Yeah.
It's already
Yeah.
set right there, and there you go.
Speaking
That's
of
good.
He-Man, though,
That's good.
I don't know if you guys have heard they are actually making a new Masters of the Universe movie.
I've heard rumor. I have
Yeah.
not heard if
Really?
it's been
Yeah,
confirmed,
apparently
but-
it's apparently like I saw.
How are they
something
going to do
where
that? Dolph Lundgren's pretty old.
I'm assuming he's not playing.
hands it
He-Man.
down to the wee man. He's just, maybe he's
Yeah.
he's the king.
It's gonna be
I
like
wanted to
Zac
like that
Efron
movie
or
so
something.
much. But it was,
A
it was
better-
terrible.
It was. I was
Quality
young
live
enough
action,
when I
man.
first
It
saw
was-
it,
it was
that
terrible, yeah.
that it was. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah.
then went back
Keep
and
telling
watched it a
yourself,
few years
it was
ago.
awesome.
Went back and watched it a few years ago. I'm like,
yeah.
wow, this is
Doesn't hold
cheesy
up.
as fuck.
You realize it had nothing to do with the already previous storyline.
Yeah,
and you're
nothing
like,
at
what
all.
the hell is this crap?
Yeah, they're like coming from another universe to Earth. And
It could be. I mean, a live action. If they just stuck to even with the goofy characters,
Story.
if they stuck to the story and the characters they had, Trapjaw, Man at Arms, all those guys, like that. That could be. It seems like it would work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
could.
Maybe I'm picturing it wrong. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe you're picturing it right.
I think you're fucking right.
Hell yeah. Big ass fucking cat.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bad.
The guy rides around on a fucking green tiger.
Why
Yeah.
not? I mean, The Walking Dead had Shiva. Why can't a bigger
Yeah.
budgeted movie have a bigger cat?
Why can't we do
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Well, we can. We've got the technology.
well, shit. Game of Thrones has the dire wolves running around.
There
That
you
they
go.
don't have much problem with that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So that's what I came up with. That's what I found. If there's anything I missed, let us know. We got the email. We got Facebook. It's all Nameless Gamers PDX. Or maybe I lagged out. Let me know.
Jump on the keyboard. Say something.
Yeah, let us know. Next up, we got some news. So, as kind of teased, there have been rumors, leaks, and basically like some misdirects, mainly about the PlayStation 5. But apparently one of the main Sony execs has been going around to developers and stuff, talking to them about, like, this is confirmed, about what they want for, like, the next-gen console.
Okay.
Which I find a little odd because wasn't it, 2 years ago? They're like, oh, yeah, we're not making another console. This is going to be it, kind of.
That's what they
You know.
always say.
I remember. Yeah,
you
I
know.
vaguely remember hearing that. Like, this will be the last one because the
Yeah.
next one will just be an app that you download.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like, and it's basically like, this will be powerful enough to play anything, at this point, there's not going to be much else. And so it's like,
Because technology doesn't keep advancing.
I believe
Yeah.
the Xbox One X has changed their minds.
Yeah.
probably, yeah. And so, one of the articles I saw about this, they were talking about, like, the earliest possible time we could see something is mid to late 2019. And just based on, like, the manufacturing process for
Okay.
everything, making the chips, making all the hardware pieces needed, like,
Right.
to ramp all of this up, we're talking late 2019 at the earliest.
Sure.
Probably 2020, something like that at the, So
So by that time, it'll already be obsolete.
Yeah,
And they'll be
pretty
already
much.
working on PlayStation 6.
probably. Yeah. And a PC will have gone 3 times past the PlayStation 6.
Xbox One S
Yeah. S3, 5,
3 or
yeah.
2, Xbox One S X 2.0. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
going to call it. Yeah.
So we got some news on a couple different retro systems.
Okay.
Sega has announced that they're releasing a mini Mega Drive.
Sega.
Similar
Really?
to the SNES and NES classics. And then they've also been hinting that they're going to be releasing some Dreamcast games for the Switch. So a lot of those games where they were for the day, I don't know if they're going to be revamped at all. I'm assuming they'll probably have some graphical upgrades to them and stuff like that. But they've been hinting
cool.
at it. They haven't really said yes, but their teams are pretty hinting at it pretty strongly apparently. So.
Huh.
Have they made any like here's the games? Have they released
No,
anything like
no.
game? But they're hinting at
Of
They're
games.
hinting is that they're going to be doing some of some of
Okay.
this because I think there was a lot of really interesting stuff on the Dreamcast. It just didn't get played because
no.
it was kind of expensive and it was kind of
Yeah.
a little bit ahead of its time in certain aspects, and so
we didn't really get into it until
after
they gave up on it, and then suddenly
Yeah.
Your brother showed
games
up
were
with
showing
one,
up on
yeah.
the internet. And you could download them and burn them to your own
Yeah.
CD, and then if you had an old, that's why we had to go out and get an old used one, and you could
I
play
think
it. Yeah,
we went through 2 or 3 of them because those burn games didn't always work very well.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, so
I think it's smart because I think it's smart because they have, it's in the same vein that like you see Xbox with like
Yeah.
Neo Geo games and stuff, that were Neo Geo was out of everyone's price range back in the day that Neo Geo was king unless you were playing
It's still
The
out of your price
arcade
range.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like an actual Neo Geo was like $500 back in the day.
Yeah.
Just for the unit. And so like
Nothing else was close to that.
Yeah, I think
and so like
everything else was about
Xbox has imported a bunch of those titles that are now playable on the the Xbox store or whatever.
Yeah.
Microsoft Store, whatever. So you can go back and play those games. So in the same vein, Nintendo's like, well, we have a platform that will work for, these games that were never really didn't see a lot of exposure back in the day for like Sega.
Right.
Since Sega's out of the business of making hardware right now, as far as consoles are concerned, then you got to basically jump on that outlet, and any opportunity you get. So, it seems like it would be a smart partnership for them.
Yeah, and it
why not?
seems crazy though because Sega and Nintendo were such big rivals.
I know.
And now they're all buddy.
Now they're like leaning on each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like best friends now with their games because most of the games you can only get on.
Yeah.
It's a smart move for Sega, though. They don't have to worry about the manufacturing.
Yeah, exactly.
All that.
That's some
All
of the
you gotta
most
do is
expensive.
Just licensing, really,
Yeah.
and off you go. So, and that money comes out of Nintendo's pocket. So,
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So, more retro kind of style stuff. Atari has, I don't know if you've heard, they're coming out with a home entertainment console.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what the Xbox One was trying to do, I think, where it's going to be kind of a multimedia device. So you can do not just gaming on it, but Netflix and like your streaming services or whatever.
Okay.
But they're also going to be, I mean, I saw some photos of it. Like it has the old school 2600 joystick, with the one button and the joystick as a controller. But it's also got a more modern controller too.
You said that could really piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems sort of gimmicky. That seems sort of gimmicky to me because, like, what game do you play with that unless you're playing Pitfall?
Well,
Or
and
you're
some of the
playing-
old
Pac-Man.
ones.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like those types of games, but like, I just don't like. Yeah, I mean, I think that's cool that they're doing like the all-in-one. You can watch Netflix, you can watch. That's cool, but like a PlayStation will already do that.
Everything already does
Yeah,
that.
like a Roku box will already do that.
Yeah.
An Xbox One will already do that. Xbox 360 will already do that. Like, you're not really showing me anything new here.
Yeah.
So whether or not that gimmick is going to be enough to float it, or
It would
whether or
have to
not-
be. It better be cheap too. Like if it's got to be cheaper than a 360.
I mean,
Apparently, like it'll
who
be
knows?
set up so that you can not with the cartridges, but you'll be able to play like 2600 games all the way to 5200. Atari 5200 games.
so
It just
you-
has them all.
I don't know if it has them or if you buy them like
I
through
bet
a
they have
store.
like a library you can download.
Yeah.
Or something, 'cause-
So one may say that
Yeah.
it's backwards
Yeah.
compatible.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
itself.
It's already being done
to
as
the
well.
old yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
Fuck,
you can
I got a
get, you can
Raspberry
go get
Pi
one of
that
the
does that.
flashbacks. The
Yeah.
flashback consoles that they make have all that stuff on it. And
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know, $30 to $50. I don't know how much they are. I'm not going to profess to know, but like I know they're not as much as say like a.
They're
Xbox
cheap enough
or-
that they are not locked up at the store
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
other
yeah.
video
You're not going to
games.
get.
Yeah.
So I don't
Fucking
know.
razors
I
are
just
locked
don't,
up still.
I don't see a lot of anything cool or different or exciting on this yet. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see anything that's like, oh, that's the reason to get one. You know what I mean?
Right,
I just
yeah.
don't see that
Right.
yet. So,
But I mean, it's also the throwback nostalgia to those that are just slightly older than probably most of us at the table. I mean the 2600 came out either just before we were born
Yeah.
or
That dude,
right
that was
around
that.
when we were
My
born.
dad.
That
when
was
I was
the first
growing up,
console
Dad
I
was
owned.
playing Missile Command on 2600.
Yeah.
and like it. That
Well,
was
your
Dad's
dad
console.
is a nerd though too,
Yeah.
so it's not like he's right up in the vein of the rest of us
No,
with
no.
that liked all that technology anyways. So
I mean, I give Atari props for
yeah.
trying to come back and do
yeah,
something.
I mean,
but
it's still in development. I
Yeah.
mean, if they come back with something that makes it different than and new,
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
that's awesome. But I just don't think that the gimmick is enough to make it something that's desirable to the masses. You know what I mean?
I
To
think
where
it'd
they're
be a
making
niche
that kind of-
product, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where if they have the right price point, I think you'll see a lot of people looking at it. But
Yeah.
unless it's
I mean, right now I'm looking at like $99.99 for
Yeah.
what I know it does, and that's
Yeah.
it's like okay, that seems
because you're going to get a Roku for around $80,
right.
Yeah.
Do you want to
So
play
I'm like,
$20
Yeah.
more?
I don't know.
It's correctly
Although I
priced,
will say-
but I don't want to spend that kind of money for Atari games.
We also
The
don't know
you
if
know
that
what I
is
mean?
what it's
Like-
going to be priced.
Well,
so.
Yeah, but I mean,
I've got a Fire Stick that lets me stream. You can
Yeah.
load any streamable app. It doesn't work very well. I would constantly have to reset it. It only uses Wi-Fi. I can't just plug it into a network cable or something like that. Like the Roku, my dad's got a Roku, and it struggles all the time too. Like
I have one
PS4
too, but it
and
plugs
Xbox
right
One
in.
are solid media streaming devices.
Yeah.
Like it has to be. It should work. It better work well.
Yeah. And with the Atari, let me be clear. Like, it's not gonna just, from what I understand, it's not gonna just play old Atari games.
No.
It's supposed to play new modern games that are in development. I just haven't seen the reason yet to go get one. And that's because I haven't seen any games that they're making for it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if they're gonna come at me with like, oh, this thing is gonna, we're gonna have like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, can you
3
get Red
on
Dead
this
2
bitch,
on it? Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, okay, how much is that thing, and how much money do I need to save? Because I will get it just for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, with the right licensing, with the right people on board, with the right developers,
And the right hardware,
it can be, something new and exciting that I'd be into. But like, until I find that reason, I'm out. That's
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Speaking of Red Dead, that brings us to our next little bit about
Oh, yeah?
Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Not Red Dead, actually, but,
Boo.
same developer, sorry. So this is actually about the last couple of GTA titles. GTA 4. Don't know if you've heard. It's been out for about 10 years now. And it's come up on some licensing for their music. So apparently a lot of people still play it on PC. It's a pretty common game to be played on PC still.
It's sort of weird.
They
That
still
way.
have a big player base on PC.
Okay.
So they're losing licensing on a number of
I think
of their music.
Glucosa may be pulled. That's the one with Glucosa.
Cheeky swine?
Yeah.
I have that somewhere. I think I have that on one of my MP3 players.
I know we were jamming that back in the day, but like I'm pretty sure that like that might be one of the because it was the Russian
That's a legit.
Top.
Yeah, that's a legit artist.
Glucosa. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's licensing coming up with some of that stuff on there. So they're having to pull some of the tracks, but they have promised that they're going to replace it, which is 10-year-old game, and they're actually going to replace some of the music that they can't keep
That's kind of funny.
on the game.
That the manager of that band is pretty fucking smart. In 7 years, you're gonna have to pay us again to use this music.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean the
Yeah.
game? No. Like
Oh,
it's
not
a
even
game.
7,
like
like
it's always
10,
there.
yeah.
Like so it's
I
10.
think
It's
they've
10
done that
years. You
Yeah.
have like you got to redo it.
TV
Like what?
shows that were released onto DVD, like there were music rights, and I think
They
like
had to re-up it. Yeah,
Daria was one of those shows where they had to change shit because it had been too long.
yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
that
Well,
was
that's fucking weird.
that was the rumor about like the Wonder Years too was some of the licensing for the music because streaming was not a thing to anybody considered back then.
Yeah,
And
it's-
that's why
yeah,
it was
that
hard to
makes
find it
sense.
on like reruns
Yeah.
and then streaming. It
Okay.
took so
In the
long.
video
Really?
game world, that's the
Yeah.
reason
Okay.
why you can't get Alan Wake anymore. Only the
No,
new one.
because nobody wants Alan Wake.
No, it's because of the music licensing. They can't sell it anymore.
Well,
because
good.
They wouldn't relicense the music. So you don't get the original, what is it, Alan Wake? And then there's the American Nightmare, or is that what it is?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
The
You can-
end?
That one you can get, but the other one you can't get.
Yeah.
anymore.
Weird.
They don't sell it anymore because of that licensing, music licensing.
Weird.
And then moving on to GTA 5. Apparently, GTA 5 has become the most profitable entertainment product on the market, with over $6 billion in sales, not including microtransactions.
That's crazy.
Something like 90 million copies of it have been sold.
Wow.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of copies as well.
That's not even
you
including
say
the
6 billion with a B for
B with the
Ben?
B. Yeah.
Ben Alien.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ben Alien. We got $6
That's
to the
billion
to the 6th power, no less.
Like I mean, they're talking. Like even some of the biggest movies out there are come nowhere close with
Yeah,
ticket sales,
Nope.
DVD,
Nope.
and streaming
Rentals, syndication.
Yeah,
Nope.
nowhere near. I'm like,
Yeah.
and that's not even including microtransactions that
So
they
the-
offer in the game.
The fun prospect of this is that
Rockstar's not hurting.
this
for
is
anything.
this is Rockstar, and they're responsible for this game, which is the newest and the newest engine,
Yeah.
running on the newest software. Really, really in-depth development, years in the making. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is about to hit, and if they integrate some of this shit into that game,
Yeah,
who knows where the ceiling's at on that? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how many years has Grand Theft Auto 5 been out already?
about 5. It came out in 2013. I think.
So you launched
4.5, 5,
Red
so.
Dead, and I'm interested to see sort of how those initial like numbers stack up against like GTA 5. I think will probably beat it at launch, but over the course of time, like who knows? There's there's no cap on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as that goes, if they do it right, you know what I mean. I'm hoping that they will. So
So
it's crazy.
That is correct. That is the number one most profiting video game.
It said
that-
more than just video game, like entertainment product.
Okay.
Like single product.
Damn.
So, you know, movies, I mean, because if you look at something like, I was trying to think, like, what could somebody consider kind of equivalent? I was thinking, well, look at, like, WoW. Something that's been around for over, like, 14 years now.
Wow.
And it is... But the problem is they spend a lot of their capital that they make back into the game. So the profits are there, but it's nowhere near, you know, the same because they have so much upkeep on it. So, you know.
Warcraft?
They got to keep spending money.
Oh, okay.
Because they have to maintain servers. They have to maintain data centers for all that. They have to pay people to consistently make sure things are going right. And, you know, if things happen, then they have to... bring people in on overtime to fix things.
Well, they have.
Yeah.
I know it's the customer base is making all the mods for GTA 5.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's their own.
But people buy.
servers,
But that just pushes people to buy the game more and more and more.
Yeah.
You know. So you buy a copy. You buy.
Side
your
note.
buddy.
Yeah.
GTA 5. This isn't going to be worth anything by the time you hear this, but today, since we're in the studio today, it's 420. The GTA 5, I'm not familiar with like the multiplayer or online, but I did read that anything that's like weed affiliated or, you know, anything that has to do with like weed businesses or weed is 50% off today.
What?
On
Really?
their online store. Yeah.
Oh, I can get the marijuana leaf T-shirt for half off.
If that's a thing.
I'll
I
be
don't
right
know.
back. Nah.
I can finally get my
you
Grateful
go.
Dead shirt at half off. Nice.
I don't know. I just read that. I thought it was kind of funny. But, by the time you hear this, it's a little late. But
Hope you took advantage.
yeah.
So that's our news for the episode. Now we're gonna throw it over to Jess with some history.
So I've only got a few small things today. I'll start with this one because we were sort of already talking about it. April 29th, 2008, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out for PS3 and the 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already kind of talked about that one.
Apparently, it's a big one.
Yeah.
In April 1994, Super Metroid was released for North America on the SNES.
You say 84?
94.
Oh, I was gonna say what? I was like, I
credits
was in
are
high school
94.
when I found that, and it like for a while, Super Metroid just took over my world for like about a week there. I was like, holy shit,
It's pretty good. Still good. Holds up.
And the last one that I have, April 13th, 1992, in North America, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past was released. I feel like that's something we've probably all played.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
Got
big
some
one.
plenty of stick time on that one.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the one that brought it, like, well, I guess it wasn't that far since the first one, but it kind of brought the hope and faith in the Link and Zelda.
I think that
world
was the one
back.
that really made it
Right.
super popular, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
The first
kind of
one
messed
was
up with they changed it with Link.
Yeah.
And everybody got really pissed off, and I think the next one was Link to the Past. That you're talking about that brought it back.
Yeah.
Like, kind
Super
of like,
Nintendo release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made everybody happy again.
Yeah, and that was probably the best one.
Yeah.
Saving grace of
Yeah.
the Zelda franchise.
Yeah. I played a lot of that game, and I think that was the one that I like just beat within the last couple of years because I was at the last part and there was like a fucking door or
Yeah,
some
that
shit
was-
I never went in.
We talked about that
I
on
think-
here at some point.
We
and you
did.
finally beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were stuck and you're like, wait, I can't get out. And we're like, if we have to make this a fucking committee sort of effort here, we're
Yeah,
going to get
we
you
will
out
do
of
it.
here. And,
I'm like
but you were able to
15
do
minutes
it.
from beating the fucking game and I can't figure it out.
You got to get up on the rock and down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's not how you.
Having replayed it fairly recently,
Yes,
though,
achievement
on the,
was unlocked for
yeah.
you. I remember.
on that SNES Classic. There was some stuff on there I'd completely forgotten about, like just the way that they'd set up the map, so that it was like you really had to have certain things to do, like certain like you had to have the gloves to be able to pick up the rocks and stuff like that.
Oh.
You know, to be able to get to
Okay.
certain maps through certain areas. So if you needed to go somewhere, you had to go all the way around, kind of stuff. So it was like, oh yeah, I forgot how pain in the ass they made some of this.
If you want to see something weird with that game, look up on YouTube speed runs of that game. People beat it in like a minute or some shit, like 5 minutes or something. It's
Yeah.
like super fast because they like cheat and then like you do something to glitch the game and like log out and then come back in, and like it's all weird.
Is that really
yes.
beating the game? That
I
shit
mean,
shouldn't
it-
count.
Yeah, I know.
Speed runs. I don't know, whatever you want to call a speed run.
There should be 2 categories in speedruns: glitch and non-glitch.
Yeah.
I mean, some games
Just
have
saying.
that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I agree both sides.
That is
Yeah.
all I have for history this week.
Nice.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, like Ben, when you were talking about like having to beat Super Metroid in like a week. Remember having to rent a game
Yes.
from a store, so you had like a week
Yes.
to play that
At
game.
most.
You like here's your
Yeah.
like what was it, like $5-8 ranging
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
store, and it was like, I promise I'm gonna bring this game back. And you're like, yep, this is a great game. I have a week to beat it. Go. Now it just gets sent straight to your home console. It's
Well,
right
yeah.
there.
Download it,
It's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
download it. It's like
Now that they do like free weekends now. You have it downloaded, you play it for the weekend, then you can't play it anymore.
Unless you
But
buy
it's
it.
still on your Xbox. You still have it. They just don't let you play it.
Yeah. Unless you pay them for it.
Yeah.
bastards.
They put that chokehold on you.
Yeah. So kind of now we're gonna take it over to the what you've been playing. How
Oh,
about-
is that what we're doing?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
are you looking at me to answer
yeah.
the
Looking
question?
at you, so
Dude.
Scott.
Okay, so I've been playing
What
Far
you
Cry
been playing,
5.
dude?
Yeah.
This last week I haven't got much stick time on it.
Dick time? Did you say dick time?
Stick time.
Oh, okay. My bad. Thought
Clean your
thought
ears
we were
out,
talking
boy.
about something else.
Awkward, yeah, awkward. So just kind of been playing a little bit of that, just
Sure.
going through, taking my time. I'm not rushing through the game. I kind of want to enjoy it, and
Yeah.
I've stopped to do quite a bit of fishing. It's
Sure.
kind of fun and
I try to
little
fish
stuff
when I
in
can,
there.
Too. Yeah.
There's still, after we talked about it last week,
Mm-hmm.
or the last time we got to 2 weeks ago when we got together, I did have one of those falling through the earth experiences,
Yes.
and I was playing with Ben, and we're both just standing there, and like all of a sudden, I just fall through the earth, just,
Yeah.
and then like
Really?
glitch, and I'm right back there, like boom, like right next to him, but like it's that like clear, you can't see everything except
Yeah.
like the horizontal line, and I was just like,
See, my falling through the earth was always like I figured out kind of what caused it. It was like if I pulled the chute at a certain point, like on my way down. So it was like you had enough time to fully deploy the chute, so you start to slow fall, but it's not enough time to register that you're close enough to the earth to kind of cancel it.
okay,
So
in that
and
threshold.
it just, and so it would just fall through, and then you're just falling until you die. And it was like,
damn it.
it's like, son of a bitch. Why do you give me the option if I can jump down and not take damage? Why are you, or not take full damage or something like that? Why are you even allowing me to open my chute? You know?
Yeah.
Now is not the time to be
Yeah.
letting
Now
me
was
to
that
open
Far
my
Cry
chute.
5?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been playing it as well? Or you did play it?
Yeah, I've been playing it myself. But Scott, have you been playing anything other than Far Cry?
Well, probably Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
That still totally has my attention.
Cool.
I'm playing it like one night a week, like
Sure.
late into the night, and like it's fun. You can kill a bunch of time
Sure.
doing it, and it's it's getting a little more easier.
Yeah.
To play. Like it's getting used to it.
getting the
Like
controls and all that
yeah.
down.
And getting a group together and doing all that, yeah.
Yeah, and it does tend to be the couple of the guys who play with the slingers.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a late night gaming session. I'm sure you're hearing probably
Little bit.
a little
Sometimes.
bit of it in the background
Sometimes.
from Lucas.
Trying
there,
to
but
sleep, yeah.
That's all right. But
It
yeah,
can-
that's
it-
fun. I mean, that's fun. Like it's set the sails, go pirate. It's still like very little contact with other
Other
ships.
people. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I get it. Like they're still working on it.
Yeah.
And like half the time you don't want to bother seeing other people, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you know what? I would totally be fine with like seeing another ship and having a battle right now. And
Yeah.
you look around, and you can't find
Yeah.
anybody. It's like,
Nobody's
damn it.
around.
When you go hunting for them,
Gone.
you can hunt for days. Yeah. Days and days and days. Yeah.
And
Well,
I'd still,
if you guys are playing as late, maybe it's partly because of how late you guys are playing in the day. I
Uh-huh.
mean, you're probably hitting kind of that, the East Coast is well into bed kind of thing, and
yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys
I mean,
are-
I've done
No,
some.
'cause
I've
you
done
can,
some
like,
afternoon by myself,
1
just
a.m.
rolling
our
around,
time
and it's still
in any multiplayer like Battlefield or COD scenario, you end up with there's just a slew of people.
Okay.
There's always people
Yeah.
playing, and Sea of Thieves is pretty popular right now.
I think Sea of Thieves too is so maybe this is part of the game that maybe it's sort of miscalculation in design, is that it's so big. There's so many other places that so many other people can be.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I have yet to see more than one other party
Really?
At a time.
in a server at a time. Yeah. Like,
I've seen multiple ships at one time.
Yeah,
Galleons?
I've
But
seen,
not a lot.
like, if you see a galleon, at most, it's going to have 4 guys on it.
I don't know who was on it. I went the other. I was
Yeah.
not
You ran.
attempting
That's
to
what
go.
everybody
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Like-
I mean, I get
saw-
that.
But I think it's.
I have stolen from another ship and
Really?
clean getaway. I jumped off, got the treasure chest, left their ship. They were on the island, obviously doing something other than looking for me.
Oh, okay.
Jumped back on my ship with their treasure chest and just sailed right off like a gypsy in the night.
Really?
No
the
one,
gypsy in the high noon.
no one
That's,
even,
yeah.
no one suspects the butterfly.
I stole
I was
somebody's
out of
ship
there.
once, but that was just a bad idea.
Yeah, they come back. They can
They
can
get
come
warped
back
right
to
to
the
it.
ship. They can come right to it. Yeah. The only thing, like right now, like it's getting better. One big thing I don't like about the game is, at least right now, you can't do your captures. You can't take a picture or you can't record anything through Xbox.
Okay, that's
They,
on,
they-
like,
they-
Twitch
if
or
you-
anything like that?
No, I mean, like, if you tried, like, your capture, like, hold the button,
Oh.
record, like, what I just did for
I
the
mean, I've
last
got
minute.
several captures on it.
I have not been.
new
It has
or-
not let me do this.
huh.
Oh, weird, because I was
Like-
able to do it, no problem. I've
Really?
Seen,
I wonder if you're
Yeah.
having some sort of
All the
glitch
time.
or error or something. With,
There's got to be
with
some.
that.
I don't know,
Weird.
because I Googled it and, like, looked up people, and they were asking the same thing, like, fairly recently, like, it wasn't working for them. It's like,
Maybe
huh.
they've disabled it.
Maybe
for
it's a
some
bug or
reason.
something
Yeah.
on some of them. Like, I was able to do
Yeah.
it. I have several screenshots and even videos.
Huh.
I even have videos that I've tweeted that are on Twitter that are like
You're
with
floating sharks and shit.
Yeah, did you see that?
I did.
That was a weird
floating
one.
shark.
Oh yeah, I saw
so-
like your shark just takes off into.
Yeah.
Some dead
really?
fish float, Randy.
So yeah, I've been able to do it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe unless it's something new, I'm not aware of it.
Huh. Well, I'll have to look into that and make sure it's not my Xbox.
Yeah.
Could be. What about you, Tony? What have you been playing?
Haven't played a lot of Far Cry 5 again right now, just for whatever reason, just kind of pulled away from it a little bit. Been playing a lot of Chrono Trigger. Picked it up on my tablet.
Oh, nice.
It was like $8 or something. So
That's a good
I
deal.
was like, yeah, I'll play this, and it's something I'll play for an hour before I go to bed, type thing. You know, just laying in bed, kind of winding down. So
yeah.
it's kind of that good thing, and so it's like helps me nod off because you're not having to think too much. You know.
It's not fast paced. It's not
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Well, and then you're just not really like I find that when I'm trying to sleep, if I just lay there, I'm thinking about eight different things at once. If I'm doing something, reading a book, watching some television on my tablet, Netflix, whatever, playing Chrono Trigger or something like that, I actually can fall asleep in a timely fashion.
Little
So-
porn.
There you go. Yeah.
.com. You know, looking up that good stuff.
And then
Oh, yeah. The good stuff on Pornhub.com.
Okay.
and then jumped into playing some Civ 6 again. They've got that new
Okay.
expansion out, so just kind of been goofing off with that. So
Nice. Right on.
that's a good way to kill about 4 or 5 hours when you're like, oh, I've been here an hour. No, it's 4 or 5.
Let me do
Oops.
this real quick.
Yeah. Oops.
That's not going to happen.
Huh.
Terrible.
Yeah. How about you, Randy? What have you been getting on that stick time with?
I've been I've been playing a lot of a couple things. One, I've been on a website trying to build a PC because I'm doing the build a PC thing right now. I'm on that.
Yeah, we've
whole
been discussing that outside the show ourselves.
So I'm going to be building a gaming PC, and I'll be back in that ecosystem probably in like a month or two. I don't know.
Really?
I'm not rushing it. I'm kind of waiting on some things. So we'll see how it shakes out, but it's looking pretty good. So that, and then no, I've been playing World of Warcraft. I think I have. So let me go through my 110s now. These are my max level characters.
110s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a human. Well, most of them are Alliance. Actually, all of them are Alliance, except for Battle Cattle, who is my Tauren warrior. So I've got 110 priest, human priest. I've got a 110 Death Knight, elf. Not the allied race, but like the moon or the night elf.
Night elf.
Night elf.
Okay.
And then I've got a Draenei paladin. just,
Okay.
just a paladin, you know. And then I feel like there's something. Oh, a demon hunter, hunter.
Yeah. That's kind of
110.
a cheat, though. I mean,
Oh wait,
start
no,
at,
the demon hunter's not 110. I
97.
take it back. 106 on that.
Yeah.
The goal is 110. It's like 4
Okay.
levels off.
Way to call him out on that, Tony. Don't fucking pass this 106 bullshit for 110.
So there's
Have said good day.
You fucking liar!
so there's that, and then I've got and so I'm going 110 on that. Obviously, that's what I'm working on now. And then I will have a 110. I think I'm gonna go. It's basically I have the token to burn for another max character.
Sure.
And I think I'm gonna do my Tauren Horde warrior, and I think I'm just gonna go arms.
The battle
warrior,
cattle.
Battle cattle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Battle cattle?
and do that. But I don't know
heard
yet.
that.
I'm undecided on what I want to do. But I'm just trying to level up everything so that like I'm going to get as many high level characters as I can, so that like when Battle for Azeroth comes out, I have my pick of whatever I want to play, and it's all just sitting there all shiny and pretty and ready.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like because I'm very much in the WoW sort of like I guess you want to say that hamster wheel. The way that whole cycle goes is like you get a guy, then you want to work on the gear and get them all decked out and everything. I have to like not do that and just move on to the next character and just start leveling. And that
there's no point in
bothers
getting
me
good gear.
because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so, but it bothers me that it's there and I don't have it. I don't know why, but
Right.
like I try to just move on to the next character. But like, so my paladin I have not touched. I like leveled up, dinged, and then just hit escape and like logged out, moved on to the next one. Did my the night owl or the death? Yeah, I've just been leveling up a bunch of dudes, and so I'm that's what I've been doing. I've been playing a lot of that when I can, and then supplementing that with like Xbox every once in a while. I need to get back to Cuphead. I want to finish Cuphead, and I think I have a few levels left before I beat it, and I think I might even have more videos that I just haven't edited or put up yet. So maybe in the next couple months I'll get around to that at some point and get those on our website or whatever. That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Ben? What have you been playing?
Dude, I've been playing Far Cry 5 with Scott or with one of the brothers if they're online. And late at night we seem to be able to coordinate maybe about an hour or an hour and a half. Otherwise I'm by myself. We're a great game. I like it.
Yeah. It's freaking sweet.
I want to be more efficient at just doing things that you do in the game. I have to pause every time I jump in or out of a vehicle and go into the settings and swap my fucking
controls
sticks.
Have you tried
Does it not
auto
stay?
drive?
It does. It stays. It stays over from
So
when your controls on foot, whether your controls in the driver, they
all auto map.
There's tabs in the setting to make you think that your controls for driving a vehicle are different than on foot. They're not. They're all
I
the
see.
same.
Okay.
If you change one, it changes across the
Got
board. So auto drive I haven't tried myself, but I've heard that it's slow but accurate.
Yeah.
It like follows the street, it follows the GPS route.
Yeah.
And it just
Let me tell you the trick to auto drive. If you want to go faster, pull the gas. If you want to slow down, hit the brake.
Oh, okay.
You control the braking. Like if you go fast, if you just gun it, like when he goes to turn a corner,
it'll steer for me.
He might skid. He might, but
it
he'll
steers for
autocorrect.
you. Yeah.
He'll and go. So you just gun it like you normally would be driving.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to turn, slow down and let it take the turn, and then
gun it again.
let off the gun and give it gas.
That seems like
He
a
will-
novel
I've
idea.
not. No,
Yeah.
I haven't played with auto drive myself. I've just heard from maybe you and Lucas that it's just a little bit slower than what you're used to. And
Just hit the
just
gas
stand
like
on the
he
gas.
does.
I get
He
it.
goes like probably what would be like the speed limit
I
on
have
the highway.
something
or
new to
whatever,
try.
but
then.
like just click it, boom. Careful, watch it. Sometimes I've noticed like you'll put a waypoint and you'll have him go, and he will go in the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
and like take a really long way around. But like just
Not the
play
route-
around
not
with
the
it.
intended route. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's fun. I've unlocked a few vehicles. Got a couple upgraded weapons, but I'm trying to
Get through it.
the
That's quite a
storyline
bit
is
to go
great.
through.
Like the storyline is it's like Super Metroid. It's grab my soul, and I wanna defeat the bad guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
So have you guys beat it yet? Do we have any?
No.
that's
No.
actually,
No.
Okay. I was just
No.
curious. Okay.
No,
I think
I mean,
heard it's
a
about a
ways away.
40-hour game.
Yes.
I think
that's what
if you
I've
did the
been
bare minimum, you're looking at probably good 20 hours.
Well,
of-
yeah, but I mean,
and that's just getting enough.
I too have stopped to fish.
Yeah.
Because
fish.
Yeah,
if you get the
you
right
should.
fish, you can sell it for a few $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and,
$100
I
goes
think
a
you're
long
playing
way.
a game. You should play it that way.
And if you
First
get enough of
playthrough, you know.
each type of
Right.
fish, you
Yeah.
get perk points and stuff like that too. So
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
I've not done
so-
that yet.
so if you get
I have a question though.
yeah.
You had said that you purchased all the holster upgrades.
The
So you
Oh,
can
yeah,
carry-
all
you can-
four, yes.
Yeah, all four. You can carry the 4 weapons
Yes.
or whatever. Like I was trying to do that, and sorry, the sidebar. It says I have to kill a lieutenant.
yeah, so you have to beat
Where do
one
I
of the
find
first
a lieutenant? Where do you
you have
find
to
a
beat
lieutenant?
one of the first the zones.
Oh.
So you have to kill one of the brothers or the sister.
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
Or
okay.
Dan. You have to
You
kill
have to-
Dan.
you have to-
I was
beat
trying
one
to
of
clear
them.
out one
Yeah.
zone, but it's like I think I've missed
Lieutenant
like 1 or
Dan.
2 spots.
Kill
Yeah.
him. He's
Okay.
the easy
Okay.
one
Okay.
to catch.
I'm close then. I'm close then.
He
on
doesn't
that.
run very
I've
fast.
been looking. I'm like, what the fuck? Every time
Yeah.
I come to a camp, if a guy has a crown on him, I'm like, oh, that fucker.
No, that's
Get
just
him.
a VIP.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that you
Yeah.
have your standard guys, and you have your VIPs, and then you have
Your strikers, your heavy hitters, your shooters, your snipers, your
Yeah,
standard,
yeah,
your,
yeah.
your
Then there-
standard militia cultists, if you will.
I'm good at dropping militia cultists.
Nice.
It's fun, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to unlock that 4th weapon slot.
Yeah, you gotta beat one of the kind of the heads of the zones.
Okay.
So you gotta beat one of them.
I think I'm knocking on that door then.
And you haven't beat it yet either, right?
No, I've
Okay.
cleared one.
Now, are you guys all playing
zone.
together, or are you're PC?
Two.
I can't play with Tony.
I can't. I'm on PC.
He's
You're
on.
on
He's
PC.
on that there
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
I think we've got on once
I've
or twice
played a few
for
times
a little
with
bit,
Scott.
Now you're playing with a 1070 though, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I don't blame you there.
Looks real nice.
Good. Cool.
What about you, Jessica?
Yeah.
I know what you've been playing,
Ooh.
but the
know
rest
what
of
I've been
everybody
playing.
else does not know what you have been playing.
So I've had a few days off of work this week, so
A
I've been
few.
playing a lot of Skyrim.
Sure.
Oh.
That's an easy one to just
Get
go
lost
Yeah.
in.
fuck wild.
drowned in.
How many hours in are you now? I know we do an hour check with you every once in a while.
180 hours, and I think like
Okay.
39 minutes or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've
You're-
been playing Skyrim a lot. We'll
lot.
say.
Neck deep.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
I
way
think
past
it's-
balls deep.
I think I'm on the last main quest.
Okay, like the end of the main quest line.
I think so, which it seemed like that came up pretty quickly, but maybe I played further.
There's so
But
much
I
side
just
shit
don't
to do
remember.
that like you just get off on tangents, and
Yeah.
it's hard to tell what's the main quest and what's not if you're not paying attention. you
Right?
know?
I had to Google it again and be like,
Yeah.
wait, so which is what? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
But just plugging away.
Well, I'm
Sure.
glad that you like it. It sounds like
I
180
do.
hour, 200 hours almost worth it.
I only
so.
got like 15 more achievements to get.
Wow.
So
Nice.
Only
okay,
15.
so you're trying to.
I'm on
you're,
my way.
You're trying to
Trying to
do
100% that thing?
The
I
rando
am.
special.
I am.
You're gonna 100% this thing.
You
Okay.
were my inspiration. It's like, well, if Randy could do it, I could do it.
I mean, it's not
Right?
something I'm proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna throw that out there.
But you are just
But-
a little bit.
But yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. I mean, hey, it's a good game. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I still fire it up every once in a while and play it. And then I'm like, why am I playing this now again?
Why do I want to do
So,
this?
I want to throw out. I think that tonight's show probably will be a little bit shorter, just because we did do an hour and a half show
A couple weeks
what,
ago.
last
couple,
week.
2
Yeah.
weeks ago. So really, we're over 2 hours this month already
Yeah.
and content. So I'm just throwing that out there. Something I noticed. I'm actually recording, so
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, we're recording this?
continue.
No, we're not.
I'm
Oh,
the one recording.
thank God.
so I see
Dude,
where
so
we're
my
at.
we start?
surgery. You know.
Does anybody have anything else they wanted to kind of touch base on? Anything else?
I had a really good time at the comic book convention this
Nice.
weekend.
Yeah, with
Word, that was
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about Thor's hammer, please?
Thor's
Yes.
hammer. Okay.
I heard a little bit about this. I did not attend. But,
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll tell you about it. There was a booth, and it was on the ground, it was taped off, and it was lift Thor's hammer for $1.
okay.
Brilliant. brilliant. People were standing in line to throw dollar bills at this guy.
Ben
He
was
just
pulling
raking it in.
out 20s.
I was like, Scott wants to do it. Jessica wants to do it. We're lifting that motherfucking hammer.
Yeah, and he's like, no, you can't do it all together. So we were like, oh, okay, we'll bow out. But I don't know how heavy the thing was. It's just a giant, heavy, actual metal Mjolnir sitting on the ground. And it had like a little disclaimer of like, you know, how high you lift it. You know, you're more worthy of being
Thor
to wield Mjolnir.
There's a handful of guys that got it over their head, and the one guy dressed as Thor, no doubt,
Yeah,
with
he
the
did.
cape
He
and
did it.
everything.
Nice.
He was like, it's got to be at least 80 to 85 pounds.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I mean,
What I don't get is like they keep it. It's got to be something so dense it's small because it wasn't like huge or anything. It was like movie size.
yeah.
It was
what
yeah.
you think
It
it
was
would
probably lead or something inside of it. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
Had
something
to be,
dense,
yeah,
you
it
know.
had to be something really
Something
or a
super
magnet,
heavy.
and they have something in the pad that it sits on. You know, I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
But like, yeah, a lot of people tried it. It was super heavy. You had to like lift it over your head.
Yeah.
They let the kids try it, and like one of the little kids like was able to lift it up a little bit, but like after that they pulled out like baby Mjolnir.
Yeah, they had like,
the
it was like an
5, 10
old school, old comic version of
Okay.
Mjolnir. Just a little bit lighter. It's probably
It's a little guy.
Might have been 30 pounds, maybe.
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Probably not. No, I don't even think it was that. But and then so there's people out there and they're lifting it up. They're paying $1. I don't even know what it goes to. I think it was like charity. It was like, you know, you
Or his
don't win.
pocket.
You don't
Something
win
Goes to
anything.
homeboy's pocket.
Probably
$1 to try and lift a hammer. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's we gotta.
But
We're gonna do that.
yeah. So we're sitting there watching like all these people do
Yeah.
it, and a set of Thors came up, and
Nice.
they, you know, we were able to goad them into doing it, and they lifted. They got it up over their heads. I think
Yeah.
they both did. Like, but you could tell even they were struggling really,
Yeah.
really hard to do it. And
Yeah, one guy got it up one-handed, and he was built.
Yeah.
That dude was built, and he was working
does some lift-
for it.
Yeah,
he was.
yeah.
He was like, I probably couldn't do that again.
There were a couple people there, man. I swear they were going to drop it on their face, or like this one chick had
Yeah.
no shoes on. Like, oh, fuck,
Yes,
she's going to
that-
drop it on
yeah.
her foot.
Yeah.
Gonna break some toes.
Yeah.
Even when like they're going to set it down, it's like they're setting it like right on their foot. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
okay, thank God. But that was fun. That was kind
Yeah.
of fun to watch them.
That's a good. That's good. People watching. Type
It shook
thing.
the
Yeah.
floor when it would fucking clunk back down on the floor. It's like, damn, that thing's heavy.
It's got some weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was the usual merriment of, you know, fun vendors, toy
Yeah.
stores, you know, artists.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
not really crafts, but
Comic vendors.
crafts.
you know, comic
Wares.
vendors, wares, and
Kismet was
sorts
there.
of things. Kismet,
Yeah.
Designs by Kismet was there. We were at the booth. I don't think anybody stopped by to say hi to us, just them, which is fine
Yeah.
because we know you guys love us. So that's what we did. And there was also Aquaman riding a disco shark.
Nice.
Yes,
A
that
rodeo,
was
like
funny.
a rodeo disco shark.
The Red Bull had a.
No, that was Mike's.
Oh, it was Mike's
That
Harder.
was Mike's Harder.
Mike's
Lemonade.
Harder lemonade
Right.
had the
Something like that.
disco
And Leisure Suit
ball.
Jesus.
What was disco ball
Encrusted.
inflated? It was a padded shark. It looked like it was mirror, but it was like just
Like
padded
rhinestones
plastic
or something.
rubber.
Oh, okay.
No, it was like it was safe to
shiny.
Safe,
fall
yeah.
on. Like you
Yeah.
could hit your head on it because it was a shark. It was a mechanical bull, but it was a shark.
Yeah.
And yeah. The dude dressed as Aquaman got up there and he started posing and laying on it and holding his trident and shit, and like everybody was going nuts. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then he didn't last very long.
No. We did see
No, not at
Superman later. Superman lasted like
He did
43 seconds.
pretty
Wow.
good
Oh,
job.
really?
He was on there.
The guy was doing like he'd start you off at level 1, level 2,
He'd get you up
level
there.
3. Like
Yeah.
when it would go to level 3,
I'm
didn't matter
pretty
who you
sure I
are.
saw
You
him
were
do
coming
a
up.
fist pump after somebody fell off.
At least he's not immediately going up to 10 on people. You know, he's not.
Yeah.
You know, there are those guys who run those things that are.
It was
just like,
it was perfect for a Comic-Con, a mechanical rodeo shark.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. In Portland, totally worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked well.
The disco shark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what else?
We had Kato. They had Kato Caitlin there
Yeah,
working,
that's just
emceeing
weird.
the main stage. How the hell did that
What
guy
is he
get
even
that
famous
job?
for other than being
The
involved?
other
with,
guy in the
yeah.
Simpson trial? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
it.
know.
That's it.
I wonder how many times somebody yells out, "Did he do it?"
OJ, I don't know.
OJ
Yeah,
did.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
He was innocent. He's innocent. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys enjoyed out of the Comic-Con?
Henry Winkler was there. I saw him.
The
Hey.
I felt like he was dressed like the Joker because he was wearing a yellow sweater and purple pants.
Dude, the Fonz was legit. He was out in front of his booth in the crowd, shaking hands,
Nice.
hugging people, listening to people, talking to people. Like he was totally
Wasn't
interacting
just
with
sitting
fans.
behind
he wasn't
a
behind
table
the
and-
bouncer behind the table. $40 for a picture, or 50
Yeah.
for a picture, 40 for an autograph. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice
He
celebrity.
was welcoming of his fans.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
You don't see that too often.
No.
Yeah.
The Aquaman was there. What's that guy's name? Khal Drogo.
Like Jason
Oh,
Momoa
Momoa.
or something.
His line was fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I saw him. He would maybe sat for 10-minute
I think
intervals.
we walked past him like 3 or 4
Three or
times.
four times he would just jump out the back curtain and walk right by with that fucking retarded hat. And
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Mad
know.
Hatter
Yeah.
looking hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had a big
yeah.
hat on.
Yeah. I mean, he's tall, but he's not that.
He doesn't need
I
to
could take
add
him.
like 12 more inches of hat.
You know.
Okay.
It was good
Everybody-
con.
All right.
I'll pass word on.
Let him know.
Fashion tips for Aquaman. Beaver skin is dead.
So the Aquaman on the Disco Shark I will share on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
So Nameless Gamers PDX, search for the Facebook group, and you'll be able to see this Aquaman riding this disco sort of bejeweled, very good looking shark on there.
All right. Well, it's that kind of time of the evening, as it were. Scott, you always leave us with a little nugget to think
Questione.
about.
A little nugget to
Little nugget to think about.
to bite on and test for its validity of
Yes.
gold. Okay. So this week we're going to ask you this question. This episode, I guess, we're going to ask you this question. I want you to turn a video game into some type of board game.
Okay.
I am going to exclude, or we are going to forbid a Monopoly.
Okay.
Like, you don't just give me like Halo Monopoly.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
do
gotcha,
something else
gotcha.
besides Monopoly. Like, that's too easy. It's too easy. Do
Well, they're
something
gonna-
that would be kind of fun. Like, find another game besides Monopoly, because Monopoly's done everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also say like excluding like Civilization type games, those 4X games, because they're basically a video game board game. That's really what they are. I mean,
Okay,
that's what they are.
all right.
They're a board game in a video game form.
We'll have to take your word for that
So
one, Tony.
yeah.
So yes, make a video game into a board game.
All right.
There we go.
Well, it is that time of night, and we want to say thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, Nameless Gamers PDX. Hit us up on Twitter at @ILaggedOut. Support and like us if you like what you're hearing. Support us on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ILaggedOut.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Don't be afraid to give us a buck,
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to say hi.
or just say hi. Yeah,
It's basically like tipping a bad stripper.
yeah.
It's not a pity.
It's just polite.
Yeah,
Pity
just
tips
give us
are
that pity
fine.
tip.
I'd take pity tips. Send me a 6-pack of something
Here's
weird.
$5.
I'll drink it.
Go get your leg clean. Go get your legs waxed.
Wow. So yeah. that wow. Okay.
All right. All right.
So if you have questions or comments,
on.
let us know. Hit us up. We got that good old Gmail, namelessgamerspdx@gmail.com. And then check out our newly revamped website. And
Check it.
Yeah, it's
Talk shit.
www.namelessgamerspdx.com.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And as always,
I hate this map.